he procured and he put together meetings where all the nations could come and do business. Wow. Hey everybody, Dr. Martin Williams. My real purpose in life is to help leaders that are driven by discovering their purpose, developing that purpose, and deploying that purpose. And they can do so without losing themselves in the world that they live in. So when we're talking about this assignment of wealth on your life, and it comes attached to something that you're supposed to do with it, this never fails. It is definitely true. And some people may fear wealth, but because of money coming into their lives, but because they fear the responsibility that they were never taught to carry out. So wealth that does not build infrastructure eventually becomes almost like an indulgence, a privilege of having something that you have enough of it, you can take one bite out of the apple and throw the rest of it away. Opulence. So God releases wealth to builders, not spenders. And all these examples are examples perhaps you should go and read. But Solomon, in his life, with his wealth, he really built an infrastructure. So infrastructure is a wealth assignment that was on Solomon's life. Solomon's wealth was not sort of cosmetic. It wasn't just there. It wasn't just pretty, but it was structural. It was backbone-ish. I mean, it had a structure in which to hang things. It could hold different systems and different, from economy to health to learning in education to business to, government. All of that Solomon built with infrastructure. We call it a temple. But this temple wasn't just a place to come and worship. It was a place to come and do everything. Everything was managed from the temple. So his resources, Solomon's resources, really concentrated on roads, streets. It concentrated on how do we build cities? I mean, how do we build a city with hundreds of thousands of people in it and the plumbing works? Okay. How do we orchestrate it? Where do we build certain things? Where do certain people live? He built trade routes from Jerusalem, from that temple. He built roads and streets and relationships outside of Jerusalem. Trade routes. I have something you want, you have something I want, let's trade. He procured and he put together meetings where all the nations could come and do business. Wow, that excites me. I want to be a part of that around the world. Trade routes. He also used his wealth to build governance systems. Who are kings? When people came to visit his country, they didn't just see Solomon's life. They saw the lives of other people around Solomon, the governance systems, from Candace to all of the other queens and kings who came to see him. They saw the people around him and he's like, this guy is governing where no one is poor. Even the servants in the temple have golden plates in their homes. Solomon was amazing. That's money on assignment. He didn't just take all that gold and put it in a room someplace and say, I'm the king. No, he used it to build government systems and he used it to build national identity. Every kingdom wanted to come and visit Solomon. We have to build something. We have to build something that makes sense. We have to build something that's a blessing to others. That's the calling on our life. I love this little story of a woman called Lydia. I just want to give you examples. I love the story of this woman called Lydia. When Paul went to visit her country and spoke about the kingdom of God, she, as we would say, got saved. She became converted into a kingdom citizen. And so what she said to them was basically, okay, I'm Lydia. I've just come into the kingdom. I have an amazing house. I have wealth. You have to come to my house and eat. It was that strong. Paul said she compelled us to come to her house. She was wealthy, so she knew the best thing she could do is entertain, be a blessing, and take care of the servants that came to bring her the good news. Then she funded a movement. Lydia was not a preacher. She was a businesswoman who had great wealth. So she used her money to fund Paul's expedition. She used her money to fund the church. She used her money, her time, and her influence to actually support a movement called the kingdom. And there are so many, James says, there are so many wealthy people in the world. And right now, we have to help them understand that they have been made wealthy for a purpose. Lydia was a financier for the early church. So her wealth provided the church meeting spaces. Hey, meet over here. She rented places. She invited people to her house. She funded the church. She supported stability of the movement. She made it very stable because of her money. She provided protection around the movement, whether it was security guards or telling everybody, these people are not crazy and I'm backing them. Okay? Protection and momentum. She financed the momentum of Paul in the world. That was a game changer. She wasn't a preacher. She wasn't a prophet. She didn't have a spiritual place in the church at all, in leadership. She used her money to propagate the will of God. Wealth that ends with you never passes the kingdom, I would call it, inspection. At the end of the day, and at the end of life, you and I will be judged on what we did with our wealth. There will be an inspection. Martin, what'd you do? What'd you leave? How did it function? Where can it go from here? Who did you train? Where did you invest? Where did they go to get the money to move forward? Now that you're gone, I have to answer those questions. Wealth is never neutral. Never. Please hear me. Wealth is never neutral. Wealth does something, good or evil. Wealth is always moving in some sort of direction. Increase always carries expectation. Responsibility determines longevity. Accountability protects your purpose. Go ahead and subscribe to this channel and watch the next video.